Hey everybody, you're looking at the Ulefone Armor 5. So Ulefone is marketing this as the world's first rugged phone with a notch. No offense to Ulefone, that slogan is pretty silly because a notch is not a feature. Nobody really looks at a notch and say, ooh, I want that. So instead, Ulefone, I'll give you guys a new slogan. This is the best damn rugged phone of all the smaller Shenzhen phone brands. So the best damn budget rugged phone, the best damn rugged phone under 200 bucks, whatever you want to use. That's a hell lot better than the first rugged phone with a notch. So I'm gonna show you the unboxing video really quick and also explain my hands-on experience and why this phone is the best one I've tested yet. But first I gotta tell you guys a little bit of a story. Oh yeah, this is the Galaxy Note 8 by the way. I'm in the process of reviewing this. So you guys know I test a lot of phones from small Shenzhen brands, right? Like Doogie, Liegu, Alcatel. You know, so these are not like the big time brands like Huawei, Xiaomi, LG. So these Shenzhen brands will send me phones to test. And even though I'm pretty brutally honest when I do my reviews or hands-on, all of them are very understanding. Like for example, a couple of weeks ago, I made a video trashing Doogie and I made another video trashing Liegu. And both the people at Doogie and Liegu, they did not get mad at me. They were like, hey, I'm really sorry. You didn't like the phone. We hear you. We're trying to work on improving our product. Please bear with us. You know, that they're very apologetic and kind of understanding because I'm just trying to be honest. Most of these Shenzhen brands are pretty nice, except this one brand named Poptel, Poptel. So I've never heard of them before and I've never tested their phones, as you guys might notice from my channel. The reason I've never tested their phones is because their guy, the PR guy, always emails me asking if I want to test the phone. But then he says there's all these rules. I need to, one, review on my YouTube channel, and I must put an authorized link, pin it at the top, and then I have to review on Forbes. So there's basically saying, just doing it on YouTube channel isn't enough, Ben. We need you to do it on Forbes too. And then number two is what gets on me. He says I must post a positive review. So the review must be positive. I cannot say bad things about it. So every time they tell me that, I tell them, no, I can't do that. So finally, I got fed up because this guy's emailed me several times. So I finally just emailed him back saying, hey, no need to contact me in the future. I don't like your rules, especially the you must write a positive review. So this is why I'm never going to review a Poptel phone, because apparently the people at the company, when they send out phones, they expect YouTubers to give a positive review that say nothing bad. Well, fuck that. I'm not a puppet. I will praise the phone if it's good. So I'm going to praise Ulefone because they actually made a damn good phone. So now we'll go to the unboxing part really quick. So I'm doing this unboxing at my favorite coffee shop in Hong Kong. The reason it's my favorite, it's because it's right across the street from my apartment. So every morning I walk down there in slippers. I don't even brush my teeth or comb my hair, and I just start working. So right off the bat, you see the phone right here. It's pretty heavy, pretty hefty. And you see there's a SIM ejector tool. Oh, okay, everything just fell out. So let's see, you have right here, it's a data transfer cable. Yep. And then you have, this is a micro USB to USB-C adapter. And then, I don't know what this blue thing is. What? I'm gonna have to look into it. Might be an antenna? So you have USB-C cable right there, and a charging brick. You have instruction manuals, warranty card, and a soft plastic screen protector. So this phone doesn't come with a case, I don't think, because this is a rugged phone. Yeah, it feels very dense in the hand. So now let's get to my favorite part, the peeling. Oh yeah. Alright, so anyway, I'm gonna play with this phone. Back to the hands-on. Alright guys, I'm back. So the reason I think this phone is the best rugged phone I've tested yet, it's because right off the bat, the build quality it's really good. You know that most of the rugged phones I tested, you see my videos, they're very bulky, they're rubbery. This one, the back is actually glass because this phone supports wireless charging. And just for a rugged phone, it feels very good in the hand and very easy to hold. That's a 5.85 inch display at a 19:9 aspect ratio. So easy to grip with one hand. And this phone, it's very sturdy, very rugged. You see all the ports are protected by this plastic foam flap. And the good thing is, even though there's a bumper, the bumper is not so thick that that it makes the cable port hard to reach. With other phones, other rugged phones from like Doogie, for example, you can't plug in just any USB-C because the bumper's too thick. With this phone, I can plug in any USB-C cable and it charges fine. And again, there's wireless charging. So you see, look at the back, it's a glass back. It looks very good. There's a subtle texture area around the camera and the fingerprint reader, kind of like the Huawei Mate 20 that's coming out. It's gonna have that little visor thing right here. And you look at the power button, there's texture on the power button, so you can feel it by just touching it. It's very clicky, so are the volume rockers. And up here you have a headphone jack right here, protected by a flap, and this phone's IP68 water resistant. I tested it already, dumped into the water for like 5 minutes, and I took it back out and it was perfectly fine. So in terms of build quality, this phone is top notch right off the bat. As for the price, I believe it sells for a little bit under $200, like $190 right now on Banggood and GearBest. So right off the bat, the build quality is excellent, especially for this price. This phone sells for about 1,500 Hong Kong dollars. So that's a little less than 200 US. That's like 185, 190 US dollars. So for that price range, this already looks and feels better than all the rugged phones I've tested. And then of course I mentioned there's wireless charging. And the fingerprint reader, it's pretty fast and accurate. So I'll show you again, just like that, and it unlocks. There's also face unlock, which I'll show right now. So face unlock works pretty fast too. Now we'll go into the specs. There's 4 gigs of RAM on this, so that's about the only part that I wish was a little bit better. I wish there was 6 gigs of RAM in there, but 4 gigs so far okay. We'll go into device info. This is a Helio P23 chipset, aka MediaTek 6763. 64 gigs of internal storage paired with 4 gigs of RAM, and a battery, it's 5,000 milliamp hour battery. So 5,000 milliamp battery on this 1080p display, that's definitely more than good enough to last a day. I haven't had time to run a true battery test yet, but I will do that. But if you guys remember, the last time I tested the Ulefone Power 5, that phone beat everybody else in battery. So I'm pretty sure Ulefone uses a legit battery size. So 5,000 milliamp hour should bring back pretty good results. So you see the software, it's very clean. It's Android 8.1. So when you press the power button, the menu pops up from the side. You see that you have a swipe up menu, and they also managed to get rid of that app tray button that some other companies don't remove, even though it's swipe up now. So I downloaded all the apps on the bottom. Otherwise, this is a very clean software, very little bloat. The only bloatware actually is this outdoor toolbox, which again is useful for these rugged phones. It allows you to, for example, measure height. So this one I haven't tested yet, but it's pretty fun. I tested on another phone, by the way. I haven't tested on this phone. So you kind of tell them how tall you are, and then you measure the base and the aisle height of the building, and it'll tell you what's the height of the structure you're looking at. And then there's also a compass, and then picture hanging, so stuff like that, so you can see if something is balanced or not. So I mean, these are things that you can download out of the Google Play Store, but it's nice to have them all at once. So I also like the software, little bit more gestures than usual. So you see, you have 3-finger screenshot, which is always good. You're able to hide the navigation button, and you're also able to swap the order of the navigation button. Some phones don't let you do that, and I find that very annoying, because give someone the option if they want a back button on the right or left. And then you see right here, this fingerprint function that allows you to use the fingerprint sensor to do things like go back home, for example. So you can long press the fingerprint reader to go back home. You see that? I didn't have to touch the screen. I can just do that, and it goes home. Or you can do it to go back. So I just have to tap the fingerprint reader to go back. So these are features that are not crucial, but it's nice to have, right? Anytime a phone gives you more option to do things, that's great. A lot of the rugged phones I've tested don't give you any of these options. So you look at the display. This is a 1080p panel, and it looks surprisingly good. Like, colors are pretty accurate, and it's even bright enough to use outside, which I did just that under the sun, overcast day, and I was still able to see the screen. So now in terms of performance, I haven't ran into any issues. Mostly everything has been smooth. I was able to play Tomb Raider Relic Run without any problems, but when I play a graphic intensive game such as Robot Warfare, that's when I notice stuttering and frame rate drops. But that's to be expected. There's no phones out there under $200 that can handle that game. you'd have to jump up to the $300 price range and get like the Honor Play. So I also ran Geekbench on this, obviously. We'll check the scores. So single core, not that great, 827, but multi-core at 3355, it's very respectable. For 185 device, 3355 is pretty high, like higher than most of the phones I test in this price range. Okay, so we'll do a quick video test. So right now this is about 75% volume. We'll go up to max volume. See, so it sounds good. The speaker's actually on the back. You can still muffle it very easily, obviously, but it's a lot better positioned than down here, actually, in my opinion. So you see, viewing angles are pretty good. So moving on to the camera app, it's very similar to all the budget Chinese phones I test. They all run the same app. So you have the basic video, photo, beauty mode, and SLR, which is the bokeh mode. But again, it's fake. It's a circular blur. But don't be discouraged. This phone's camera is surprisingly good for a $200 device. Now, hilariously, Ulefone wanted to put this watermark in the corner like they're an iPhone or something, which, you know, nobody's gonna like that. Everyone will take that out right away. So you see, this is a bokeh shot, so even though it's a fake circular blur, details are very good, and edge detection, it's not too bad for a fake bokeh shot. So again, you see details on this poster, it's really solid for a $200 device, and color accuracy is good. This is exactly how red this flower looked in real life, and you check out the detail, you can see, you know, you can get relatively close up and take some nice macro shots. So dynamic range is pretty decent too. Us is panorama, so this is a panoramic shot, and you notice the stitching, it's very admirable. You don't see like a clear line down the each frame as if you would with a budget device. See, so pretty good details, and just for colors are accurate. This was an overcast day, and that's exactly how it looked. And the camera focuses relatively fast too. Again, I'm comparing to a $200 phone. At this price range, this camera focuses very fast between subjects. So we'll check out a video really quick. So this phone shoots at 720p out of the box, but you can turn it up to crank up to 1080p, which I did right here. So it's a gloomy day, so that's why the video looks a bit gloomy. I think overall, this is a very accurate representation of how the day was like for me. So yeah, no stabilization, but you know, no phone at this price range will have stabilization. I think this is a decent video and a surprisingly strong camera. I mean, check out these details right here. So when you take into account the whole package, that this is a rugged phone that's pretty sturdy, it's waterproof, it's easy to hold, has wireless charging, and a camera that's above average at this price point, you have a very appealing package. At 190 bucks, 185, I think this is the rugged phone to get. I mean, sure, there are other rugged phones out there that are a little bit cheaper. I'm pretty sure that PopTel phone that dude wanted me to guarantee a positive review is cheaper, but that phone's gonna probably have a crappier camera. It might not be waterproof, and it's definitely not gonna be as it's definitely not gonna be as good to hold. This one feels really good in the hand. I mean, in fact, you hold it next to the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. This is a $1,000 phone. And you know, it's not like you look at the two phones side by side and you see, oh yeah, this phone is so much better built than this. I mean, they're both very sturdy. They both feel very good in the hand. So anyway, this is the Ulefone Armor 5. And thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna be going to Berlin next week, where I'll be covering Honor and Huawei and LG stuff. So expect more videos from Berlin. Thanks for watching.